and courageous. He will give you much success. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Faith, Family, and Food at the Parsonage. My name is Tananda. Thank you guys for joining me once again. I am continuing my journey on talking about my infertility or the infertility journey that I'm on. I say journey because it may look like the end. However, it's still going and my life is not over. So there's always still a possibility. But today I came just to kind of answer some questions, do a Q&A, and I'm also going to jump on IG a little bit later on and go over the same thing and answer questions for anyone that may have questions there. But if you had not watched my previous YouTube video, it was a video, I encourage you to go watch it. And it'll kind of tell you where this is going. But one of my first questions that I wanted to jump right into, and if you'll see behind me, there's a Elsa doll up there in my daughter's room. And as many of you know, I do not have children of my own. So when I say daughter's room, I do mean my foster daughter. She is almost 3 years old, and she's very independent. So here on the bookshelf, you see these little baskets here. We took those baskets and put her like undergarments in them so that when she's getting dressed, she can pick out what color she wants. She can pick out her socks. And so because she has an older sister who can do the same thing, we made it easier for her to do it as well. That way she feels like she's growing up. However, the main question that I'm answering today is, why don't I have children of my own? And as you know already, that it is because I had a diagnosis of infertility, specifically with PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome. I was diagnosed with adenomyosis, excuse me, and it has something to do with your uterine lining crossing over into the cervix lining or something like that. And I've looked into it, but it basically causes your uterus to expand and swell at random times of the month. And so when I felt it the very first time, I thought I was just getting bloated. You know, I'm thinking, okay, well, it's that time of the month, or almost that time of the month, and this is normal. But it literally felt like a balloon expanding in my lower abdomen. And when I would put my hand on my belly, like you could feel my stomach or my lower abdomen stretching out. And I was like, this is very weird, you know, but I just chalked it up to just bloating during the premenstrual cycle. And so when I did eventually go to the doctor, they sent me over to a woman specialist. And after I went through tests there, did a ultrasound and all of those things, they came back with the diagnosis of endometriosis and adenomyosis. And so she was saying that I probably had about a 10% chance of conceiving on my own, and she recommended me to see a specialist. And so after talking with my husband and, you know, we just decided that we would put it in God's hands. And we were, you know, newly married. And so we've been married for 2 years now. So, I mean, we're still newlyweds. But we put it into God's hands and just decided that, you know, if he wanted us to have children, then it would be up to him to make it happen, or we would just follow his instruction if he did tell us to go down that road of seeking professional medical help with conceiving. And he has not instructed us to do that. And so in the meantime, we have just been enjoying each other's time together. And so prior to him meeting me, I did not have children, but I was in foster care, or I was already involved in foster care. And that was because I had just gotten recently divorced. I had quit my job. I didn't have a lot going on. And one of my friends, you know, encouraged me to just join the the Pride classes, which is what it's called when you go through the curriculum, and to learn about foster care. So I was like, I'll think about it. I thought about it, and then I was like, okay, well, I don't have anything else going on. So let me just, jump in here, join the Pride class. And she was teaching it along with someone else. And I thoroughly enjoyed going through it. It was very interesting to see the perspective of parenthood from the state perspective. And it was very different from, the perspective that I had growing up in a normal home. Now, when I say normal because I was adopted when I was 3 years old. And so I had the same parents from 3 on up, thank God they're still living. So that was normal to me. But looking at it from an adult perspective or a parent perspective, foster parent, it was, a lot of do's and don'ts, a lot of boundaries that you could not cross. But at the same time, we want to make sure that we're making the children feel as if it's their home, and just make them feel like they're not just a piece of property, or they're just not renting a room. And so it was to basically have the children put into your home to take care of them, but also to love on them, introduce them to the family dynamic, take them to church. If you have a church community, just get them involved into a daily routine where it would be just, if it was your child that you birthed, it would be the same things that you would be doing for your child. And so I did decide to pursue foster care. However, once I finished the Pride classes, which were, I believe, 6 to 8 weeks, once a week, and we were in the building. This was before the pandemic. Once I went through the classes, we did a survey as far as, like, what is it that you're looking for? What age range? Did you want, what, did you have any races that you did not want to take into your home, or, different things like that. Just the things that you don't really think about when you're trying to conceive on your own, because if you and your husband are both of the same race and nationality, you already know what your child is going to be or may look like. But during the foster care process, it's kind of up in the air. And so they ask you, is there a certain race? Is there certain issues that you're not willing to take into your home, or that you're not willing to deal with? And so going through the survey, it's like, well, in the beginning, it was like, of course, I want my potential child to be of the same race and nationality of me as I am, because I don't want everybody else knowing that, I wasn't able to have children, or I have foster children. And it was more so, I would say, a prideful thing, because I wanted to not really keep it hush hush, but just, I didn't want the spotlight to be put on me, if I had a child that did not look like me. And so that was my preference, even though in my mind that's what my preference was, but I didn't put it down on paper because I didn't want them to, exclude me from the selection process if a child did become available. And so we went through that, we did the survey, turned that in. However, it took them almost a year, I would say 9 months, almost to a year, to certify me fully. And I waited for that process. So in the meantime, I'm, of course, like I said, I wasn't working. I did not have a job. What I did was basically just wait. I sat around and I joined the gym and worked out, and, tried to get myself on a healthier path, because where I came from wasn't as healthy as it could have been. And so when I finally did get that call that I was certified, I literally received a placement that same, I believe it was either that same night or the next day. I can't really recall. Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. Stay tuned for part 2. You don't want to miss it. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends and family. I look forward to seeing you in part 2. Stay tuned.